So I'm sharing the desktop right now. And if you click on that particular URL, then it'll ask you to, right now I have logged in already, you see it over here, right? So once you're able to create an account, you're able to log in, you will be landing up on this page. What you do, scroll down a little bit and you see here, towards your bottom right hand corner, you will have this option here, download the desktop app. Even if you have downloaded previously, you don't have to re-download. You just create account, activate your account, and that'll be done. You will have it over here. Everybody, were you able to reach this section? So once it's done, it'll download for some time, then it'll just kind of work out and it's going to help you. So perhaps we have two tools over here, Articulate Storyline 360. Yeah, this is the latest. And this is like kind of a more of, you can say that like kind of a cloud-based version. This is the open one, which I have it over here, right? And there's one more, which you can say Articulate 3. I'm opening both right now. Okay, so you see, you can see it on the screen, which I'm sharing right now. The 360 and this is Articulate 3. Anybody knows what's the difference? This is a 360 Articulate 3 interface, and this is the interface of the 360. Okay, so check it out. You will be using 360, of course, because 360 only allows the trial version, right? Now, 360 is a one which has a content library, and there is a lot of set of things which are there available. I mean, as and when you do it, the more characters are there. There's a huge content library. The documents which you upload, I mean, that's dot story files, which is a output file which we generate from the 360 is available in a central repository. It's more like a cloud-based kind of a platform. As and when the updates are getting updated, you are also getting that in your thing. Though the tool is desktop, you're downloading it to your desktop. However, if when it comes to this Articulate 3, it's you can say perhaps this is a standalone perpetual license tool. Yeah, so this is a subscription base. 360 is a subscription base, wherein you have to take a subscription for a particular tenure, and once a subscription get expired, you have to again resubscribe. If you don't subscribe, you don't get to get you use it. You cannot use it. Initially, they give you 4 weeks of trial, but subsequently you need to subscribe it. Or else you create another email ID, again reactivate. But again, how long you do it? You cannot do it for a very long time. There's a limitation on that. So you all have to understand this is a subscription based package. Like your Office 360, which is a subscription base. Whereas if you see Office 2021 or prior version like Office 2019, those are perpetual license and a desktop version. So you buy the license one time, like in case of your, let's say, Office 360, Office 2021, which is a desktop version, and you use it forever, literally. And they give you update for a particular tenure. After that, it stops. Likewise, this one, which you see, your Articulate 3 is like that. It's a perpetual license. It means you buy the license once and you use it forever. Articulate will give you the update for a stipulated time period. After that, it's going to stop. Like, for example, if you see here, Storyline 3 will receive a final update on this date, and then it stopped over. Storyline 4 has not come because they have switched to Articulate Storyline 360. But those who have, like I have a licensed version of Storyline 3, this is the one which will stay with me forever for lifetime. Of course, your updates will stop as it's already stopped by April 2023. However, for this, it's not like this. I have to keep on buying the license, then only it's going to get working. The difference is same almost. I mean, difference, there's no much of difference. I'll show you. So I'm opening a new project over here. Yeah, so once you open a new project, you can see this is how the interface will look like for both. This is a interface of the Articulate 3, which you can see I've opened at storyline 3. And you will all have that option: insert, slide, design, transition, animation, all that option, right? So if you see insert, you will not have a content library over here. All the other options are there. Whereas in your, if you open this storyline 360, interface is same. You have only the content library and also certain shareable components. So I'm just opening that now. Now, right now, I've opened the Articulate 360, and you can see it's the same thing. Your insert, slide, design, transition, animation, view, all that options are there. Only difference you will find is a huge set of repository, which is called Content Library 360, which is an additional thing. 360 image is additional. Then your text to speech is an additional thing here. You don't have it over there. So a couple of those additional options, if you go to your content library, if I just click on it, you will have more characters here. But again, for us, the characters are not more because you need to buy the substitute. These are the free characters. You can see these are the photographic plus your modern characters. And you can see these are the classic characters. A lot of classic characters are there. So if I just stick on to the photographic and the modern character, then you will find not only the photographic and modern right now. There are a lot of other characters, but it's included with a subscription. See this icon, this lock icon. Yeah. So you cannot use it unless until you have a subscription of it. But there are a lot of characters. So there's an advantage over here in the subscription based model of having more characters in place. Yeah, likewise, there's advantage of having more photographs being fetched from the content library. Let's say I'm going to look for a photograph of, let's say, waterfall, or let's say camping. So you will find this is like how we do a Google search. Similarly, you will find a huge repository. All I have to just pick a image. Let's say I pick up this image. Sorry, there we go. Yeah, I just pick up this image, say insert. It'll be inserted on the slide. I can, it's all scalable. I can increase, decrease the size. So perhaps this is what you have. Photographs, illustrations, icons, videos as a part of content library. So all I want you to watch out this section, this main section, which is basically this part of it. Okay, the rest all is same except you, as I told you, you will have the your text to speech over here in the audio, and you have 360-degree images, which is a additional option which is available in the this particular. But again, there's other advantages because content can be uploaded in a one place where other team members can access, whereas in your perpetual license, that provision is not there. Yeah. So, but the look and feel, as you can see, this is a Articulate 3. You can see the icon is a little different. So I've just opened that. Same, you will find home button, insert, but the content library is missing. Here also you will have characters. See here. These are the set of characters, more of your uh, regular characters which are there. The expressions also have. All that options are there for each character. You have picture, but picture need to be taken from your file. Only pictures from file it will allow. And all the other options are same, not much of the difference. But advantage is there because it's a license, it's a subscription based model. Like your Office 360, you have more features than compared to your, that your desktop version. A little bit more, perhaps I can say. Okay, checking back, were you able to get some progress on the download part, guys, which you were doing? This download. Okay, right. So I'm just going to get started quickly introducing you what we have it for our agenda, and then definitely we kick off. So these are the topics what we would be covering. We have around approximately, you can say 12 modules in place over here. Yeah. The 12th one is basically the articulate project. Project means you do articulate assignments. Of course, you do it right from the beginning, but in subsequently towards the end, you should be able to create the courses using articulate storyline. So what do we have it for our agenda for this entire course? Perhaps understanding the what exactly it is articulate, mastering the your storyline interface to also understanding how do we work with slides, how do we import slides, and then each of the module. You will have all this in your LMS also, in the PPT based courses which you have in your LMS. However, we will be not so much dependent on those PPTs, unlike your instructional designing or your content writing course, because this is more of a tool, practical tool. So we have to do more practical hands-on using the that Articulate 360 itself. And that's the reason we may not always go back to PPT. However, you can refer. So we will work around with shapes and the pictures. How we can use it, perhaps pictures with the characters. Characters can have the shapes. Shapes can be also carved. How we can insert captions, different designs of caption, text boxes, different tables. How do we work with the text, etc. There are different options like animations, which we could add up to it. So all that we'll be looking into. Timeline is very important. This is called timeline. I'll just quickly show you. This is a timeline. See here. If I just open, this is a timeline. This is a slide. This is a slide. This is a trigger over here. This all can be dock and undock also. See, I'm able to undock it. Again, dock it over here back. Yeah. So this is the timeline. So we will look into what exactly is the timeline and the objects in the timeline. Anything on the slide which you see here is an object. This is an object. This is an object. Each one of his object. This is a table. So moment we insert something, let's say these are textual information, anything you insert there in the timeline, those things will be inserted over here, as you can see it over here. More things if I insert, let's for example, I'm going to insert one character. Then I go to the content library, choose a character, let's say a classic character, Olivia, and insert it. Now, the moment I insert, you will see that is also getting inserted in the timeline. Everybody with me? Yeah, so all I can do, drag it to the beginning, because this is where it got inserted over here, like after 4 seconds. So you want it right from the beginning, you can just drag it over here. So this is where you can extend your timeline also. Let's say this, I'm just deleting off Olivia at this moment. Yeah, so that's what we will understand over here. The timeline and the objects in the timeline. Formatting, shaping, positioning in the timeline, adding the notes to it. Of course, very important. Your slide, applying animation, different types of the animation options which are available, we'll be exploring. So if I just quickly show you over here, you go to your animation, and then these are the animation options which you have it. Different animation designs which you have it. Limited, of course. You have animation of a motion path. If I apply a motion path, then there are a couple of more aspects which will come up, motion path options, etc. So, I mean, pretty good in terms of what we have it. We will be exploring each of them with the help of some or the other activity. Then we have module 4, adding and editing the media. Media could be anything, your audio, video, media. It could be just audio. It could be also audio, video enabled. So we can add zoom reason to it, to also image, and also we can do a little bit of editing, not like a full-fledged. Articulate may not give you so much full-fledged option to edit, but there are a couple of things in terms of inserting certain silence or removing the noise, or let's say corping the audio or video from both the sides or in between, corping, that is all being allowed. We can work around it. We'll see how do we work with a web object. Web object is any you can say file which is there in online, which could be, let's say for example, a YouTube video. So we obtain the embed code of the YouTube video and we insert in our course, so that we basically refer it as a web object, because you've taken from the web, and that's why it's an object. Everything on the slide is an object. Themes and templates which are available, and there's a huge repository of themes and templates which are available. Perhaps how do we create, how do we work around with a master slide, templates, navigation to the master slide, to page numbering, etc. Triggers, layers, all that plays a very important. So triggers are the one we'll begin right from the beginning. It's not like because it's in 6th module, we begin in the 6th. No, it's something, timeline trigger is right from the beginning, because without which we cannot work around in the Articulate. Yeah, so we look into the variables. Variables of 3 types, which is your true, false, which is called Booleans variable, your number variable, and text variable. So we'll understand how variables can be utilized in the course, because anything which is already inbuilt, well and good, you can use it, which is there in your insert tab. But anything which is varying in nature, not fixed, like number keeps on changing. So we have to work around with a variable and accordingly get it. And for example, a course is having a scoring. So variables can help us to change the score accordingly. And then, of course, interactivity, that's what we'll begin right from the beginning, understanding different interactivity. So how do we use buttons, dialers, markers? You can say all these different options. These are the options which are available. If I just go to insert tab, hold on. Here, insert. And then these are the interactive objects. Each of them, button, slider, dial, hotspot, input markers, all this is you have it. And also the huge repository of markers. So we'll be understanding how those interactive and other interactivity which we can bring in the course. That's your 8th module. And of course, quizzes. There's a huge set of quizzes which are available, how we can have those different quiz sets. Like, for example, if you go to your slide, then you will have graded questions. There are different templates of it. Okay. And then you can click on the survey question. Then again, you have a different inbuilt survey question templates. And then you have your free form. That is also, and of course, there's a template available for velocity, which also has 3 set of thing. Of course, beyond anything, you require a subscription, a result slide, etc. So we'll be exploring each of those question types. See here, free form, survey, feedback master, feedback question, drag and drop, and your quiz, etc. Shuffling the questions, etc. JavaScript will not be creating code as such, but we will be taking the help of existing JavaScript and bring some interactivity to the course. So Articulate is good enough to take care of it. Most of the interactivities, however, there are special and additional interactivities which can be created with the help of a JavaScript. So we can do so. So we have an option in our trigger also, if you just see here. This is a trigger wizard. I'll show you anyway how, but you will have an option to add a JavaScript over here. See here, execute JavaScript. So we get the script and we paste it over here and then say, okay, so that script will be executed. So that option, how do we use that option? When do we use that option? We will explore that. That's a JavaScript and accessibility. So learners can be of different types with disability also. People who cannot see, maybe they have other type of physical disability. So how our courses need to be compatible for all type of learner. How do we ensure that happens? Perhaps this is a section on that. And you have players. So we'll see what are the options to also customize the players. We have 2 types of player, modern and the classic player in each of the course which you design. And then projects, of course, you have a little bit of real-time project which you should be doing. And we'll understand how we can upload it to LMS, etc. So this gives you an end-to-end, I would say, approach. Only thing is that the main aspect would be you must do a whole lot of practice. Practice, practice, and practice. And that can help you. I'm going to tell you, okay, this is the introduction, these are the methodologies, but unless until you practice, this is not going to go ahead. This is going to be like stalled at one place. Anytime you miss any particular day by chance, I know you all are occupied with your own work also, then please do listen to the recording. That will help you. After listening to the recording, you should try that interactivity, and then only the practice will come. So this is a practical tool. So we will be doing everything practically as well. Right. So let me just get started a little bit on the introductory side, and then we will get and understand, start working with it. Before we start working with it, I think it'll be good to have a little bit of background information. So I've just created a little bit of series of these details so that we all get an idea about this course a little bit. So starting with that. Yeah, so as you know, it's an e-learning authoring tool. The Articulate 360 Adobe Captivate. It has these inbuilt templates, icons, graphics, etc., which you can see it over here in Insert tab. You have inbuilt content library, which gives you all that icons, illustrations. You can have videos, you can have character, and anything is not available in your content library. You want to get it from your computer, you can do so by inserting from file. You can take it from shapes from here, captions from here. Videos you can upload from file, or you can take it from the content library by clicking on this option. You can search for a particular video. Let's say we search for a video on, let's say, project management. Yeah, and then it can give you some, there's no video I can click on, let's say project, maybe some videos will come. See the second this year, 17 second, 21 second, 23 second. So that's been mentioned. All you need to just select the particular video. You can preview it before you select, of course. You preview it a little bit over here so that you gain an idea what exactly the video is all about. Some videos may not have audio. Let me just optimize it for audio video clip. You can see the movement. Yeah, it's just a 5 second video. And if you feel yes, it's good to take, then you can go ahead and insert it. So it get inserted over here. Yeah, so full size, and then you can make it smaller. So the moment I insert, it will get inserted in the timeline also, as you can see it over here. I can drag it to the beginning itself. So this is just to demo you the understanding that you are having all these inbuilt options. Yeah. So it's like your Captivate or Lectora, iSpring, Camtasia, like those kind of application. But each application have its own, I would say, interface. Captivate interface would look a little different than your Articulate. Do you see some similarity with the PPT, PowerPoint presentation, people? Yes, and the moment you have some picture, the format option will also get highlighted. Picture or some kind, something to be formatted. But the beauty of it is it's beyond PPT, far, far, far beyond capable than PPT. Because this articulate will allow you to get the output file called SCOM file, which your PPT won't allow. It's mainly for presentation, PPT, PowerPoint presentation. But here it's this, if you see here, your publish button and you go to this, let's say publish, then you have multiple publish option in which you can see here, you're publishing it to, let's say LMS, and then you have this different output option which you can get. The SCOM 1.2, 2004. I'll explain you each of it, what it is. Basically, 1.2 is the most prevalent one. So only when you get the SCOM file, the SCOM package, it can be utilized to upload the course to LMS. Otherwise, you cannot. So it allows the interactivity which is not possible in the PPT. Right. So as it's been already mentioned, inbuilt templates and all that makes the job easier. For instructional designer, they need to be having that good knowledge of the articulate so that they can create the course. So remember the difference now. Instructional designer will create instructional material using the tools. So instructional designer must have a tool knowledge. Articulate storyline is one among them. They can have multiple tool knowledge. Some video tools, some you can say like your rapid authoring tools like Captivate or your Articulate Storyline, little bit knowledge about the Canva, etc. Your e-learning developer, there's another terminology you may have come across, e-learning developer. They may not be necessarily doing the storyboard, but they'll be mainly having a tool knowledge which they're specialized, and they will take the storyboard from the instructional designer who created it and create the e-learning course using the storyboard. What is a storyboard? Anybody up? Come on. So these are some examples of the e-learning authoring tool. There are many in market, which among them, these are kind of, you can say Lectora, iSpring. iSpring is also a cloud-based platform. Interface is more like a PPT kind of a feel. Because there are these storyboards, PPT kind of feel, everybody finds it pretty user-friendly. It's a simple thing, you know. Earlier, the web developer who has a knowledge of coding, they can create a e-learning course because they have coding knowledge. However, now you need not be a coder or a software developer, a web developer, but you can create the learning course even without having a technical knowledge. If you know how to use storyline articulate storyline 360 or any other such tool, a rapid authoring tool. So we are just learning that interface. We are not coding as such. But what are those options which are available, which will help you to work like a coder? Those is what this particular tool. So these are the many other tools which are available in the market, in which Camtasia, your Captivate, Articulate, Lectora, those are kind of popular one, which has been. iSpring is also depending on the organization to organization. Articulate is absolutely catching up a lot. Now, when we create course will have different interactivity level. right? Some courses are very highly interactive. Like you have a lot of clicks, a lot of drag and drops, a lot of hotspots, a lot of levels to climb. And you have your scoreboards giving you a lot of points and all that. So there's a lot of interaction between the learner with the course. Just imagine playing a mobile game like a Survey Surfer or any other mobile game. What happens? What happens when we do so? Do you need to constantly maneuver? Isn't it? That there's a lot of interactivity, because the moment you take away your attention from the screen, you may lose the game because there's a crash, maybe, or you may lost that particular score point. So there's a high engagement of the learner in the particular interactivity which you create. We create interactivity in our e-learning. So that interactivity level can be up to 4 levels. Level 1, hardly there's any interaction, like click, 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 move on. Level 2, there's some interactivity there. Level 4, so interactivity level again differs. So moment you come to level 4, you can see the experience level is more, and there's a complex branching. There's a more simulations. But in the level 1, it's more static. So recommendation would be you should be in a position to create at least level 2, 3, 4 kind of courses. I would say 3 and 4 rather. So this is where you will see here, drag and drop, short matching, more of a scenario-based branching, scenario-based case studies. And here you are adding up more things, 3D regulations, gamifications, avatars, etc. Yeah. So that's one aspect to be kept in mind. So interactivity will come from here, you guys. You can see it over here. All these interactive objects which are there. These things also helps us in bringing interactivity. These are interactive objects. We'll be seeing everything, guys, each and every point which is there for us to be looked at, right?